You can see a better view there. And my face using the Lancome smoothing primer. And then I'm just gonna rub it all over my face like that. And then when I'm done, I like to put my professional primer just on my pores, areas where I have large pores, like that. And then I'm gonna let that set before I start putting on my products on my face, just like that. I'm going to use this Iman Stick Foundation in Clay 3. It's a lighter foundation, and I'm going to use it underneath my eyes as a highlighter. I love this formula because it just blends so easily and it stays on for a while. Just gonna do it. Bare Minerals Nutmeg in 27, and I'm going to put that on top of this concealer. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, just to set that before I move on. Bare Minerals powder this is a foundation, so that's why I use a light layer of concealer underneath my eye. Because you can just use this as itself, as a, what you call it, as a highlighting powder. So this is my Bare Minerals powder. You just pour some of it in the cap like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You're supposed to now. Just gonna buff like this. You want to take your time with this because it might take a while to get the coverage you want. Really focus on my neck area, underneath my chin. You just want to keep doing that until you buff it all out. I notice that I'm avoiding all the areas where I apply my concealer. Just like that. I don't know if my camera is picking this up. So that's what it looks like. Bare Minerals powder. And I like to get my setting spray, Urban Decay setting, and then I'm gonna spray this. Because this is a powder foundation, you really need to set this in with liquid, with a finishing spray, so the powder doesn't move. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then take your time here. Now I'm gonna go in with a bronzer, and I have my Shea Moisture bronzer, which has been discontinued. But I also have this NYX bronzer. This is in deep tan. It's a bit light, but we're just gonna make it work. Just a little bit. You really don't need to do this part because the shadows of your face will still be there. Because it's a powder foundation, it doesn't really do a lot of covering. It just gives you that extra, you know, added layer of, how do I say this? It gives you that extra layer of smoothing if you just need to run a quick errand. It's not something that is long lasting. So I'm going in with my Shea Moisture, and I'm just gonna put that on top of that. This is a chocolate color. I'm just gonna do that. Just get my hair out the way. And then with each powder layer, when I'm done blending, I'm gonna go with this and I'm going to, you know, damp it all up. Yeah, it's a very sheer, so here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this because my camera doesn't have a front view. I put a mirror behind it, but the lighting is kind of just casting shadows, so just bear with me. So how am I doing, guys? Do you guys like my YouTube channel? Is it too boring? Like, do you guys want to see more excitement? It's kind of hard to be excited because in my mind it's like, oh, I'm going to be excited today, and then I stand in front of the camera, or I sit in front of the camera and then I just go blank. So let me just concentrate on this blusher. But yeah, okay. Again, with every powder product, we are going to go in with our damp beauty blender and just blend it all in, just to make sure everything marinates into one, because we don't have the added advantage of a liquid foundation, which helps blend, you know, it helps like catch the makeup or your powder product stick better to the powder foundation gives. You really don't have to do much. This is a 5-minute routine if you want it to be. So now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and just lock everything in and just let that dry. So now we're just gonna push that into our skin, and you can see how everything has come together now. Everything has set. The e.l.f. brow cream, lock on liner and brow cream, Nespresso. This is the product. Cute. And this is what it looks like. No, I don't really need to do much to my brows. I just shape it, and then I just make sure everything just curves into a single line. As you can see, it's a bit like all over the place. Just a little goes a long way. This is an angled brush, and then just go there. Look how creamy that is. See that? Awesome. And I want everything to just like melt into one. I don't know what the right term will be. You want all the hair strokes to just merge. Yep, that's the word. Merge into that arch, just to define the arch. The same thing for the other side. Just where it starts to get really sparse of not as much hair, just add the product there. And you can see 0, 0, 0 effort. It's just going in like that. And then I'm going to blend the remaining into the hair stroke, so it blends like that. And of course, usually it's better to use the spoolie because it's just takes the hair on better. So we're done with the brows. Okay, for the eyes, I'm going to use my sample from Lancome. It's a sample eyeshadow set. Comes with a mirror, it's compact. And I'm going to use this bronze over there. And before I do that, I'm going to define my crease with my bronzer, the NYX Bronzer. Doesn't really have a lot of pigment for my skin tone, but I'm just going to use that on my crease, just like that. Oh, it actually looks really pretty when I look at it. It's a very light bronzer, so it's not as if like it wouldn't do anything for you. It's just I like my bronzer to be a bit more pigmented, but you can always layer up, kind of like I'm doing right now. So again, this bronzer over here, using a very small brush. Just apply it right on the lid. I'm using a small brush because I have like a small eye space. So my crease to my lid is really small. There's not a lot of area to work with. So I choose to use smaller tubes for my eye makeup. Like that. And I'm going to bring that bronze down to my inner. Clean up my crease. I'm going to use this brown. There's a matte brown just right there that I'm using. Yes. I really want the lid to be matte. I'm going to use this one in the middle right there. This is a byproduct to get them from Lancome. So I'm going to go very closely to my lower lash and just add the color right there. Just apply. I just use one coat. You can apply as much as you want. For lash, I'm going to use a mascara that's a bit smaller. Again, they're all from Lancome. And look at that, really small. Perfect. There you go. All fired up in matte. So it looks like it's a pink red. That's a bit bright. I'm gonna tone it out with a brown lip liner by NYX. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. You can see a better view there. And that's it. Okay. Hopefully you guys try to recreate this routine and leave any comments you like down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.